Welcome everyone. Hope you're having a great day. This is 2.2. Combine like terms with distributive property. Continuing on our simplifying standard. We're going to look at what we're doing today. We're going to learn how to simplify expressions by combining like terms and using the distributive property. Okay, so distributive property, let's go over that. So distributive property here, or rainbow maneuver. So I had one student from before said called it the rainbow maneuver. It was awesome. That's how he remembered it. So rainbow maneuver is all we have to do is distribute whatever's in the front, multiply to each term on the inside. So if we have 5 parentheses 2x plus 7, all we need to do is distribute, right? Distribute, like distribute candy to your friends, right? So this rainbow maneuver part is called distribute. So we're going to multiply 5 to each of their friends, right? 2x and 7. So we got 5 times 2x here, and we got 5 times 7. 5 times 7. Now what we can do, we can write it out in this way here. Since we're distributing 5, we can do 5, and we're going to times 2x, right? We distribute that to the 2x, and 5 times 7. And then all we need to do is multiply each one, and it keeps it a little bit more simpler. Right, simpler. 5 times 2x, 10 x's. 5 times 7, 35. And we still get the same thing, right? 10x and positive 35. 10x plus 35, same thing, right? And we're going to see methods like this, okay, when you get to later on in this course, and also Algebra 2, you might see this method. So we want to be consistent with that method as we go forward, right? Like this, we want to distribute, right? 3 times 4x. So negative 3 times 4, negative 12 with an x, so x's. Negative 3 times negative 5, positive 15. So negative 12x plus 15. Right? That first part. Negative 12x plus 15. Then we have our 22x, and we just combine our x's. And we can do the columns again. And we're going to do that in the examples. Okay? So you might have to distribute, and that's it. Or distribute, if we have something extra, we'll need to combine that like term within it to get your final answer. Okay, for these ones, if we have 2 parentheses or 2 things that we need to distribute, we can distribute the 2 and the negative 6, right? This is a negative 6. So always look at your sign. What is there, right? So remember your sign, right? So use the sign right there, negative 6. Remember that. So when you're distributing here, right? So 2 times 9x, and we distribute that. Right, so 2 times 9x, so 2 times 9, 18 x's. 2 times negative 7, negative 14. Then we go to the next one, negative 6 to this. So negative 6 times 5, negative 30. Negative 6 times negative 2 is positive 12 with an x, right? 12 x's. And then we can combine like terms by setting up our columns vertically. Okay, so let's do examples for those. Okay, first one. Okay, we want to distribute first to free the x value, right? We have to get the x value out of the parentheses, so we have to free it by distributing. Okay, free the x value by distributing. We have to get it out of the parentheses first in order to combine like terms. Okay, so free the x value by distributing. So we're going to distribute here, right? So negative 8 times 3x, I'm going to write it here. So negative 8 times 3x. And then we have negative 8 times negative 4. We're distributing the negative 8 to 2 different terms. Right there. Okay? So we get negative 8 times 3x and negative 8 times negative 4. Okay? So let's write on the side. I'm going to write it up here. So negative 8 times 3x, negative 8 times negative 4. Need some space. Okay, then we multiply. So negative 8 times 3 is negative 24 with the x's. Negative 8 times negative 4 is positive 32. Right, so that first part is just negative 24x plus 32. Right, so this whole thing we just distributed is negative 24x plus 32. And we still have that plus 10 at the end, right? We still have that plus 10. So we have to remember that, bring down that plus 10. And now we combine like terms. Okay. So combine like terms. Oh, we have x's. We could do columns. Let's just do a column. X's, numbers. We don't really need to, but we can. So negative 24x is first. That's the only x's we have. We have two different numbers, positive 32 and positive 10. And all we do is add vertically, right? So you got negative 24x because there's nothing else to add, and those are x's. And our numbers 32 plus 10 is positive 42. Right? So that's our answer right there. We're done. So negative 24x plus 42. And our answer has 2 terms. So we have 2 terms. Okay, let's do number 2. So number 2. So we have a parenthesis. You have to free the x. Right? So free the x by distributing the 5. Right? So 5 is right on the side. 5 times 9x. And then we got 5 times negative 7. Right? And we're going to figure out how to distribute that. So 5 times 9x, 5 times 9, 45. So 45 x's. 5 times negative 7, negative 35. Okay, so this part right here is 45x minus 35. Right there. So we just did that part. And then we still have that 20, right? Bring down that 20. So we have to bring down that 20. And we still have 20 plus in the front. And now all we have to do is combine like terms after we distribute. So we can do our x column, we can do our numbers column. So we have positive 45x's. We have our numbers 20 and negative 35. We add. So x column is just 45x. Our numbers, we got negative 20 plus 35. We have 15 more negatives, right? So negative 15. And that's our answer right there. 45x minus 15. So the only step we're adding is distribute, right? Just distribute first and then combine like terms. Free the x, right? Distribute. So we got 45x minus 15. And our resulting answer has how many terms? 1, 2. 2 terms. Okay, next one. Okay, a little bit more complicated. Can do. So number 3, we want to distribute, right? Free the x. So we take that. Is it a 10 or is it a negative 10? Right? Remember the sign. We have that sign here, negative 10. We have to multiply that out. So it's going to be negative 10 times 2x. Then we go negative 10 times 8. Right there. Always remember the sign with it. Bring in a sign. Then we can multiply it out. Negative 10 times 2 is negative 20 x's. Negative 10 times 8, negative 80. So we free the x by distributing. So this whole part here is negative 20x minus 80. And now everything else, we just bring down, right? So we have that negative 4, we bring it down. And we have that positive 8x, just bring it down. Right there. Now we can line up our columns to organize it, right? So you have x's, and then we have numbers. So our x column, we have negative 20x, and we also have positive 8x. Our numbers, we have negative 4 and negative 80. And all we all need to do is add our columns together. So we got negative 20 plus 8 is negative 12, and that's the x column, so x's. And our numbers, negative 4 minus 80 is negative 84. Use that color, negative 84. Right there, and that's our answer. Right there. So negative 12x minus 84. And the resulting answer has 1, 2, 2 terms. Got it. Yeah, let's do 4 and 5. Okay, so 4. So now we distribute. Same thing. We got 2 parents, so we have to free this x and this x. So we have to distribute twice. Right, so we're still going to distribute here. Right, let's do this on the side. Let's make some space right there. So we got 2/3 times 9x, and then we got 2/3 times 6. So we distribute that 2/3. So first one, 2/3 times 9x. So 2/3 times 9 is 2/3 times 9/1, right? Whole number, put it over 1 with the x. So it's going to be, and then multiply across, we get 18/3. X is 18 divided by 3 is 6. So this is 6x. The next one we get 2/3 times 6. So 2/3 times 6/1. And multiply across. 2 times 6, 12. 3 times 1, 3. And 12 divided by 3, 4. Right there. So that first part that we distributed is going to be 6x plus 4. Right? This whole thing right there. We distribute it. It's 6x plus 4. And then we're going to do the next one. 7 parentheses 7 minus 4x. Let's do it down here. So 7, we're going to distribute that twice. So we get positive 7 times 7. And we get positive 7 times negative 4x. So 7 times 7, 49. 7 times negative 4, negative 28 with the x. Okay, so that part goes right there. So it's positive 49 minus 28x. That's how we distribute that. Okay, so we got this part, 6x plus 4, and then we got the 49 minus 28x. Okay, so we distribute that. Then we just combine like terms. So we can do columns. So x column, numbers column. Right, so we got 6x. And then we got negative 28x. And then we got numbers, 4, positive 4, and positive 49. And we just add straight up and down. Right there. So 6 minus 28, negative 22. X's are numbers added together. 4 plus 49 is plus 53. And that's our answer. So we get negative 22x plus 53. And this one has 2 terms. Yeah, so this whole thing. Okay. Yeah, number 5. So this one, again, we got 2 we have to distribute, right? We have 2 times 12x and 2 times negative 3. Let's write that over here. So 2 parentheses 12x and 2 parentheses negative 3. When we distribute the 2, it'll be 2 times 12 is 24 with the x. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. Right there. So this first part is 24x minus 6. Yeah, then the next one. So there's no number in here. There's no number in the front. So what is that number? It's a 1. It's a 1, right? So remember, this is negative 1. Remember the negative. Negative 1. So when we multiply it out, we get negative 1 times 5x and negative 1 times negative 6. and then we're distributing the negative 1. Right? So negative 1 times 5 is negative 5 with the x next to it. Negative 1 times negative 6 is positive 6. Right there. So the second part here is negative 5x plus 6. Right? So always remember, if you have subtraction, we distribute that negative 1 there. And then we combine like terms. Right? So we have x's and numbers. 2 columns. Right? So we have 24x. So first one, we have negative 5x. The second one. And then we get our numbers, negative 6 and positive 6. And then we're going to add vertically, right, to combine like terms. So we have 24 minus 5 is 19, right? So 19 in the x column, so 19 x's. Our numbers, negative 6 plus 6 is 0, right? So that's 0. So we just left with 19x. So our answer is 19x. And we have only one by itself, one term, loner. So the resulting answer has one term.